Many of new followers at the moment, so I want to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Dave, and essentially my mission is to create rugby's lineal world titles, because I think they add something for players and fans. So just quickly, they're a winner stays on title, right? And the history of them would go all the way back to 1871 in the men's game, and the first ever men's rugby international at Raeburn Place in Edinburgh, won by Scotland against England. Or the Utrecht Shield in the women's game, we go back to 1982 and the first women's international played in the city of Utrecht between the French and the Netherlands, won by France. Now, I genuinely believe that this kind of travelling trophy adds something really fun to international rugby. And it's also a connection through our history, right? It means that you can tie together teams from the birth of the game through to today. I can connect Vivian Brodier, who was the fullback for France in 1982, to Ali Kildun, who is currently holding it with the English women's team. And that's cool, and all the great fullbacks in between. If I want to connect some of that, and by the way, I'm going to say England again, because England hold both the men's and the women's right now. Not that common for that to happen, but it is happening right now. I can connect the men's players, right? You've got Maro Itoje is connected to Martin Johnson in that 2003 winning cup, because there's a direct line of winners through the Shields from the birth of the game to today. And how much fun is that? Now, what does it really do? Well, what it does is it allows people to look forward. Right now you've got people looking ahead to England, Fiji, and New Zealanders are looking in that going, well, I'm conflicted because I'd love to see Fiji get up. How cool would that be? But if England still have the Raeburn Shield the week after, New Zealand get a shot at it. And for Fiji, well, they've never held that shield before. Samoa have, but Fiji haven't. So, by the way, feel free to ask me when Samoa held it, when they were lineal world champs. But, Fiji haven't, and they've had chances. They haven't taken them. It's not going to be easy this week, but it's one shot, right? You've got a chance to kind of create history. And so this is what I'm doing. Now, they didn't exist for all of history. We came up with it online in 2008. And I've been at this for absolute years. For a long, long time, I just put up posts. I didn't really want to be well known. But it would have been the beginning of 2024, so recently, that I went, bugger it, I really do need to put myself out there more regularly. So I'd shown my face in the couple of years before that, but since we've done that, we're growing a lot. And actually, a lot of you will have started following the last few days. We've had a few hundred extra followers. That's amazing. Because it's a long, slow process. And people are always like, oh, could you get into the media? What could it be? And it's like, we've had lots of media at different times, but there's no one magic trick that's going to do this. It's persistence and consistency and creating the awareness. But if you're here now, thank you.